Braun Strowman, good morning.
What's up? First and foremost, let me see that whole shirt. I see the Goonies peeking on there. Let's see that. Oh, that's great.
Never say die, brother.
Oh,
Never
where did
say
you get
die.
that? That shirt's great.
I got it from Homage from the company out of Ohio, dude. It's one of my favorites.
It's the greatest movie of all time. I don't care what anybody says. If you disagree with me, you can get these hands.
Now, before we get into your show, Braun Strowman, do you have the Goonies pirate ship that just came out, the Lego set?
I didn't even know about it, but I'm gonna Nick find me the Lego set.
It's like 10,000 pieces, dude. You're going to be busy putting it together all summer.
Oh man, that might stimulate my ADHD for like 10 minutes.
Oh, fantastic. We could talk Goonies all day if you want, but we got a new show to talk about, season 2 for Not the Monster Among Men, but I call you the Monster Among Menus, Braun Strowman. Everything on the menu's back on USA.
But back, bigger, and hungrier than ever.
Man, I'm happy to talk to you about this today, Braun, because we got to talk about season 1, and you were so excited to get out there to show another side of you outside of wrestling, outside of some of the other things you've done, and it really showcased you and your likability, your eatability, your all of it, and I'm so glad to see you back for season 2, man.
Well, thank you first and foremost for the compliment. And like at the end of the day, man, it's thanking the viewers at home. Y'all are the ones that made this a possibility. Like how like I said, I don't do anything in life not thinking I'm going to be good at it. You know, that's just you always bet on yourself. But in all honesty, like what it did in season 1 was mind blowing. To realize like the demo, like hitting top numbers, if not the top number in the demos. Number 1 new programming, number 1 programming at 10 o'clock, number 2 view program, all of USA Network behind WWE. And man, one, it's like I said, it speaks volume for my fan base that followed me from wrestling over there, the new fans that I'm gaining in the food space. And man, the sky's, don't let anybody tell you the sky's the limit. It's a lie. There's footsteps on the moon.
I was going to say, number 1 on your time slot for the first season of Everything on the Menu, man, you had to just be blown away getting that information, getting those numbers and saying, man, people love to see me eat.
Well, it's not even that, like, because don't get me wrong, I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder with the untimely, leaving of WWE and all this other stuff with kind of how they made me feel like I wasn't of value anymore. And then I go out and do what I just did.
Go out there and have the number 1 show. But also, it's not just you eating, Braun Strowman. It's getting in the kitchen. It's cooking with the chefs and everything. It's telling the stories about the restaurants in the city. So you really do bring a lot together on the show.
No, and that's been what's been so fun about it is every episode, every city, every restaurant, every chef is an opportunity for me to learn along the way because I'm doing my homework behind the scenes, man. I'm going to these different little tasting dinners and wine pairings, and I'm learning along the way because it's been a fun process. Every episode I've learned something new, and I hope the fans and the foodies at home that are learning along the way or understanding, watching me learn as well, and getting excitement out of seeing me learn and catching up to where they are, in their palates and their culinary knowledge. And that's been the fun thing of, and that's the premise of the show, especially going into season 2 with having guests on every episode and stuff. It turns into even more of like that podcast talk show format on, everything. It's combined of everything that everybody likes all into one, being able to, debate back and forth of what you taste versus how I taste and breaking down the ingredients and the levels and the layers of all the food space, then catching up on life with some of the guests were friends of mine that I haven't seen in years. Some of the guests I'd never met before. Some of the guests were celebrities that I'd looked up to and all this other stuff. And then being able to sit down and break bread with so many different walks of life, in all genres that there are in the human beings. And it's so cool, like I said, getting to break these breads and pick people's minds, getting to know their stories behind the scenes, what makes them tick, why they're doing what they do, why they're continuing to do what they do. And then the same thing in the food space, why the chefs are using these ingredients, where they're getting them from, what their cooking technique is, how they learn to cook, why they do it, what makes them passionate, all this stuff, and then continuing to do that. And the whole thing is the food is the vessel that allows all this to happen. Every human needs food to survive, but the reality of it is food brings people together. It brings you together to form new relationships, to rekindle old relationships, to fall in love, to live, laugh, love, all that, those signs that people have hanging up above their doors when you walk into the house. and all that stuff. And that's what makes it so fun. And I think that's what it resonated with season one. And I think it's going to resonate even more now seeing this, sitting down, having these conversations. And it's my team does such an unbelievable job editing that when I watch it, it makes me feel like I'm sitting at the table with me and my guests breaking bread and listening. And it makes you go, wow, like I want to go there and do this with my friends. And then the reality of it is, there's never been a food show, on a mainstream food show, that's gave a restaurant this platform either. You see all these great shows that have come before, and they'll showcase 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe dishes at the most if we're getting lucky and stuff. This is an opportunity where you get to see the whole Rolodex of what these restaurants have to offer from top to bottom and all this other stuff. So it's been a lot of fun with the guests. Every guest that I had on, I got them to eat or drink something that they've never had before in their life. And that's one of my favorite things in the whole, concept that I love about this show, is getting people to step outside of their comfort zone. If I can somehow use this crazy redneck brain that I have to describe what I'm tasting to the masses at home, and then them go, oh, damn, I understand what he's talking about. I kind of want to try this now, where before I was like, I don't know about eating that. It sounds a little off-putting. So that's, like I said, my favorite thing to do is getting people to step outside the box, try new things, talk about it, and enjoy life, man. We get one shot of this. Why not, give everything an opportunity? My motto in life is I'll try anything twice to make sure I don't like it.
100%, dude. Man, you said a lot there, Braun. I feel like you did the whole rest of the interview right there. Well, let me hit on some of your guests real quick. And everyone watch season 2 debuts on Friday, right after SmackDown. Everything on the menu with Braun Strowman. You got new guests, new cities. You're going for 12 different cities around the country. Bert Kreischer. Bert's a wild man, dude. You probably had no problem talking to him at all.
I've done a few things with Bert now. Him and I have gotten pretty close over the last couple of years, and yeah, it makes for damn good TV. That's I'm not going to stooge off too much. Our shirts come off. I'll leave that out there, the cliffhanger for the ladies, if you're wondering. Our shirts do come off. And then, like I said, just great conversation, unbelievable comedic, relief bits here and there. And then also, too, like his knowledge of food is amazing, like sitting down and having, other than like just a comedic goofing off, like sitting down and having real conversations about what we taste back and forth. And it really makes it's just fun television. It's fun for the whole family. It's something to sit down. And my biggest thing is make sure you ate before or you got snacks, because if not, you're going to miss half the episode rummaging through your refrigerator.
Or then some other people then, Braun, like, I know you love to rock out, man, just like we do. Zach from Shinedown, Jared from Saving Abel. That must have been really fun to sit down with them, and a whole different side.
Oh, that's so crazy. So Zach and I have been friends for damn near a decade now and stuff like that. I've got a great relationship with Shinedown. Got to go see them in Madison a couple weeks ago. They're unbelievable. If you've never seen them, go see them. I don't care. They're the #1 rock band in history. I don't care what anybody says. They have more #1 hits than anybody, whatever. But the crazy thing about meeting Jared was I met Jared the night before out drinking on Broadway and stuff like that, and he was a fan, and I'm a fan, and I'm like, hey, you want to come eat on my food? I know you and Zach are buddies, and yeah, so that's the craziness of how, that's the reality of what this show is, and its heart right there. I'm meeting somebody that I've been a fan of the night before, inviting them out, having dinner, sitting down, and learning about each other, catching up, and becoming friends. I met a new friend. We've been in contact. We talk weekly now since that has happened. I have a new buddy, and that's what life is about. And that's what I hope people get from this show. They go, man, that's really cool. I want to go out to this restaurant. I want to take some of my friends. Hell, I want to invite the random dude that I walk past on the street to come in and sit down and pick his brain. And you never know. That's the cool thing about life and human beings, is like, we all got our own story. And if you're willing to, swallow your own pride for a minute and talk to somebody and see what their life is about, man, think about how many less problems we'd have on Earth.
I love that. I love your excitement for it, Braun Strowman. And everyone, watch Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman. Season 2, this Friday night on USA, right after SmackDown. Braun, we can talk forever. I know you got a bunch of other interviews, so thanks for the time today, man. Can't wait for the show.
Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure, my man.
Go Goonies!
We'll see everybody Friday night. Goonies never say die.
Thanks, Braun. See you, man.